think you can hear me now. Like the beginning of the video said, I'm just starting this from scratch. Let me get my video on here. I mean, literally starting from scratch. I grabbed a webcam and a microphone from inside the house. Just something that the kids had. I think it's time to go pro. I've been watching so many. Well, hold on. Let me get my video on here. I got my USB awesome webcam set up. Add video capture device. Super rad USB garbage. Ooh, B-A-G-E garbage cam. Okay. That's me. Wait. Yeah, you can see me. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hit OK on this. There I am. And you might be wondering where I'm sitting. Well, I think I'm supposed to look at the camera as if I'm talking to you. All right, well, what is this? Oh, this is my microphone. Hold on. I'm sorry. Boop. Move this over. Sorry for all the background noise. Okay. All right, so this is my camera here. I got my worst microphone in the world. How you like that bad boy right there? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm going to use for now. I'm going to get a better one. Though it's the whole idea about setting this thing up. Let me slide me over here. I think that should work. All right, webcam here, microphone here. Let's see if my microphone sounds any good. I think I can. Hold on. I got my headphones here. Hello? I think from this setting here, I can go into advanced properties, crappy stick mic, monitoring it out. Oh, yes. Now I can hear myself. Oh, it's disturbing. Anyway, like I was saying, oh, I can't talk like that. Hold on. Like I was saying earlier, there's nothing to it but to do it, right? I've been watching a million YouTube videos about creating content. And everybody just says, do it. Just go for it. And honestly, that's what I'm doing. You might be asking where I'm sitting. I'm on my deck because I have kids and they're inside screaming and yelling into Roblox. I don't have a dedicated spot that I can record. I like being outside. In fact, you might be able to hear the cicadas out here. That's just what you're going to hear. I mean, what we'll do is we'll learn through this together. Should be fun. I'll say the word a zillion times because I'm not a seasoned YouTube professional. Maybe I'll get into editing and do those super jump cuts, pop, 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 and get rid of those ums all the time. But you know, my goal is to eventually grow this over time and just figure out how to get good streaming setup. Maybe get it set up so I can sit out here on the deck and you won't even know I'm on the deck. So let's mess around with a couple things here. See if we can get things looking nice, sounding nice. See what we can do with some crappy equipment. I'm going to get a better microphone eventually. Probably buy, I don't know, a $30 microphone to begin with. I've watched 8,000 different videos on different types of equipment you can buy, lighting, microphones. That's a cicada, like literally in my... Anyway, I have a tarp behind me. That's it. So let's go. All right, first thing I think I want to do is check and see how I sound here. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, you can definitely hear the cicadas in the background. Oh, they're bad. Oh, they're really bad. Let's go find a video that will help me with the... Oh, man. All right, let's go find a video that will help me with the sound, maybe some noise suppression. Then we'll work on editing the camera. I'd eventually like to try my iPhone as a webcam. I've heard you can do that. I think the quality would be a little bit better. So let's jump over here to YouTube. microphone sound great in OBS. All right. Sound like a pro. That's what I want to do. I want to sound like a pro. No YouTube. I do not want that. Okay. Let me watch this, and I will be right back, and I will let you know how it goes. Okay, so just so you know, I will probably jump in and out when I watch YouTube videos to find out settings, find out tips and tricks, just because I don't want to reuse somebody's video in my video. But I will make sure to go through and show you everything that I'm doing to make this process a little bit better. First thing I'm going to do is noise suppression. So let me go up to my crappy stick mic. You can add filters. And then we're going to add, put on my headphones here, noise suppression. All right, so I'm going to wait for the cicadas. Noise suppression. Engage. Oh, not bad. Wow, that's really good. Okay, so I have RNN noise and SpeedX. Let's try them both. SpeedX. Sounds fine. RNN noise. Ooh, better. Now, when I was watching the video, the biggest problem was that, I guess it's not a problem, but I guess the biggest thing is that RN noise, I think, is because I have an NVIDIA graphics card in, so not everyone's going to have that. I'm going to go ahead and use it just because the cicadas are so bad. Most people are going to have SpeedX, so if you switch over to SpeedX, speaks, the suppression level, you can change it, mess around there, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it on RN noise just so we can kind of get rid of some of those bug noises in the background or whatever. Let me double check with my headphones here. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. So close. So now I've got noise suppression. Alrighty, next step is, after watching the video, is to add a filter to the microphone to allow us to control. So one of the things that I noticed was that you can actually see this little preferences thing or the settings thing here. It's the same as changing it over here, but let's go ahead and go here, filter, and we want to add a compressor. Okay. Now he said put this one ratio to 4 to 1. Bring this all the way up to 0. Put the attack at 2 and the release to 100. I don't know if I'm sounding any different or not, but I guess I don't know if it's going to make it sound like a professional microphone, but I think the goal here is to make sure that I'm not blowing out the microphone and also that you guys can hear me when I whisper. All right, so, and that's done by the output gain here. So if I drag this output gain down, you're not going to be able to hear me. Hello? But if I drag it, if I drag it up, I'll start maxing out the microphone. And I don't want to do that. What I want to do is stay kind of within this yellow area, even when I'm whispering or I'm being quiet. But if I'm yelling or a loud noise, I don't want it to blow out like that. So you kind of want it to stay around, I think, this yellow area. So seems like it's doing pretty good. I'm jumping up into the red every once in a while. I don't talk that loud, so let's pull it down just a tad. All right, there we go. Close. All right, we've got our compressor set up. Okay, now, so we've got our noise suppression, our compressor, and from the video, I'm supposed to add an expander. So a compressor, then an expander. So what these two things, I guess, are doing together is sort of regulates your voice, I guess, and also the other things going on in the scene. So with the compressor, it's making sure that when I'm talking at a normal sound, you can hear me. When I start to whisper, you can also hear me, and make it so that loud noises won't blow out the microphone. Okay. But the expander basically allows me to add a threshold so that you won't hear small background noises also. And whether I'm typing on the keyboard or I just looked into the microphone as if it was the video. So if I'm typing on the keyboard, small noises like my mouse clicking around, you're not supposed to, quote unquote, not supposed to hear them. So let's set these settings. All right, so this is 4. Threshold is going to be 60, -60. Oh, that's all the way down, right? Okay. Attack is going to be 2 milliseconds. And don't get me wrong, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what the video said, and 100. Eventually, I might look into some more techniques as to why I'm doing these things. And then output Caden, he said not to touch. So what this does is, let me shrink this down a little bit. And threshold is supposed to be sort of the lower end threshold of noises that you can hear, right? So let me click my mouse here, right? So you can hear me moving around my mouse because I have a sort of a hard mouse pad here, and I don't want that. Can we get rid of that? I don't know. Let me slide this up a little bit. Oh, now when I'm clicking that, you can't hear, but you can't hear me. All right, can you hear me? All right, you can hear me, and you can hear loud clicks. Can you hear me still? No, that's terrible. All right, how about, let's try it. Hold on. Can you hear me still? But you can hear me. All right, good. So you can hear me still, and then the clicks. You can. All right, you can type. All right, so you can hear me. All right, so you can hear me still. And what about typing on the keyboard? Nope. Let me actually turn this down a little bit and give that a try. I just don't want that little clicking noise. All right, well, let's try that. All right, so again, that's basically supposed to sort of cut out some of the background noise along with noise suppression. Compressor makes it so I don't blow out your ears when I'm talking. But I think that's the best I'm going to get from this little stick microphone. I don't have any radio presence from this microphone. I don't have announcer presence, but I'm able to do what I need to do sort of in order to get this video going. I think the next thing I'd like to do is maybe adjust this webcam a little bit. So I think I can come in here, and from what I remember seeing is that I can kind of alt drag this little corner here, and that's cropping, not resizing. You can see the difference in the colors. That way I'm not taking up so much of the screen. I'm not holding alt now. I'm just making myself a little bit bigger. Put myself in the corner here. Okay. All right. That works. So now my camera is, adjust the camera a little bit. Oop, wrong way. Okay. So now my camera is cropped and I'm not taking as much of the screen up with some of that weird background stuff like my tarp and my chair. So I wonder if the next step might be to try to add some image adjustments to this camera. Now, when you go into the camera settings, super rad USB garbage cam, properties, you can configure your video here in this little screen. But what I've heard is that's not the best option because what happens is when you restart your machine or you restart OBS, these all reset. The one thing you might want to change is your automatic exposure. You can turn that off. Or if you have automatic zoom or focus or something like that, you might want to change it in here because I don't think that is, you don't have the ability to control your camera from in OBS as well as here. But I'm not going to change any of these settings. I'm just going to do it all straight OBS. So cancel. Cancel out of this. Actually, the one thing I did see now that we're talking about camera is the ability to adjust. So I just threw this camera on the screen and I didn't do anything to it. Whatever the default settings were, I just left it. So what I have seen is that you can go into the properties here and you can come down and change it from device default to custom. Oh, that broke it. You can't see me now. Custom 1024. Okay, okay. Let's do 1920 by 1080. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my camera supports it. So now I have 1920 by 1080. Hold on a second. I have no clue. Oh, that threw me off the edge of the screen. Bring me down here. That's a much bigger resolution for this camera, which is nice. Let me alt drag some of this other stuff on the outside here out. Well, that's nice. I didn't realize this camera supported that big of a resolution, so I should have a little bit of a nicer screen or a little bit of a nicer camera, so you can see all this, right? So let me just double check any other settings in here. Video format, color space, color range, buffering, flip vertically. Oh, that I got to keep that. That's for sure. And capture, use custom audio. I suppose you can do some things in here, but I think the way I have it set up right now is working pretty good with my camera and my crappy stick mic and my awesome display camera. I mean, everybody loves seeing OBS multiplied 8,000 times in the background here. Maybe we can do something about that, but I like being able to record OBS. Let me go find a video for how to make your crappy USB webcam look good with filters. That works. Okay. Well, let me give this a try, and I will come back and let you guys know what I did. Anyway, I'm back, and I went through and watched a couple YouTube videos, and I got some good tips and tricks. I don't think this camera is ever going to look like a DSLR. It's not going to have perfect lens, perfect lighting. Again, I'm sitting on the deck. The sun is coming down, shooting up off of my deck underneath this tarp, so I kind of have this up lighting. So what I'm going to do is go to my garbage camera, and this isn't a garbage camera. I'm sorry. I think that a lot of USB cameras are fine. It's just the ability to know how to use them. So it's probably rude of me to actually put garbage camera there. So let's go ahead and rename this Super Rad USB Cam. There we go. Okay, so let's go into the filters. And the first thing that I can do here is add a sharpen, which I don't know if I need to sharpen this that much. It looks pretty crisp with the. Well, let's give it a try. Sharpen. Ooh. Oh no. I don't like that at all. No, I don't need to be any sharper. You guys don't need to see me any better. So remove sharpen. But I am going to add a color correction. And anybody familiar with general color correction in like Adobe or really any image editing software, it's the same thing: gamma, contrast, brightness, saturation, hue shift, opacity, etc. That was a good long let's change a couple things here, see what we can do. Gamma, not too bad. I'm watching videos or I can see what's going on. Sometimes I turn the brightness down a little bit, contrast, what is that? These blow spots right here on my face. You don't those, so just take the camera down, but it's in the background. Let's take the brightness down. No. Contrast down. It might be SOL on this just because of my bad lighting in this area. I think I didn't have some bright light coming from outside. I might be able to adjust this a little more saturation now. I'm gonna do this camera. Maybe I need to watch another video right now. Maybe I need to go watch another video right now. I don't like this. Defaults look fine to me. Actually, no. Take it down a little bit. Brightness down just a little bit. Contrast. I think that looks a little bit better. Hue shift. No, every time I touch that, I look like an Oompa Loompa. All right, let's go ahead and add close on that. All right, so that's probably. Oh, one other thing I did see. Go back into the filters of this cam. Was that you can add a image mask, which I thought was cool. I'm gonna go ahead and choose desktop, which is terrible. Backgrounds. You can add an image mask to put me in a circle. I think a circle's kind of cool. I mean, a square is fine. Circle's cool. But I'm going to leave this. And that didn't seem to... Oh, no, it's there. Yes, I'm cropping it out. Hold on. Let's bring this circle into... I don't need to crop it anymore if I've got a circle, so that's nice. So I'm putting my crop back out by holding Alt. Okay, awesome. Now I'm in a circle. Now I'm legit. I'm a legit YouTuber. I have a circle. It's done. I'm done. The whole series is over. This is it. I am pro. I've gone pro, and that's it. Actually, let me go ahead and see if I can find another video to get rid of some of these hot spots on my face, and then I think that'll end this video, because then at least I have something that I can go on to the next video with. Like I said, I'd like to be able to use my iPhone maybe as my webcam. I think that the camera on that is a little bit better. So let me jump over and see if I can find a video to help with all of this right here. Okay, that was a fail. I didn't find anything. But that's not a big problem. One of the things that I did realize is that with this camera, I can't really change some of the settings because it's kind of, it doesn't have a lot of features to it. So I could come in to the properties of this camera and go back to what I told you not to change. And it turns out my camera does not have any real exposure control. I think I'm overexposed, and that's what's causing sort of all this. So if I kind of block off the light, you can see that stops happening. I mean, somewhat, right? So it's automatic exposure, but when I turn off exposure here, it doesn't do anything to my camera. So I don't think I have the ability to adjust the exposure on this. You know, I have all these other settings, but I just haven't been able to find backlight. Oof. Oh, Lord. Gain. It's still, I'm just going to leave it at defaults for now. Maybe when I switch over to the iPhone, I'll be able to have a better picture. Maybe I'll try another camera. I don't know. We'll try it all together. So that's going to basically end this round. Let me close this. So that's going to end this round. So basically, I have my camera set up, my microphone set up. Regardless of how basic the setup is, it's done. Again, I'm getting close to going pro. You guys better be ready for me to have 8 million likes. In this next video round, I think what I'm going to try to do, again, is make my iPhone into my webcam. If that works, then I'll use it from now on. And what would really help me out is comment down below. Do you like this format? Is it annoying? What could I do better? If you have tips, if there's something you know about this camera and how I can make it better, or make my mic sound better, or remove the cicadas from the universe so I don't have to hear them anymore, I'd like to know that. Any comments down below would be super helpful. Again, that's what they say is, you know, get out there, post your first video, and learn from there. And the only way I can learn is if you guys help me. If you want to subscribe, you can, so you don't miss any of these episodes. If you enjoyed this, hit like, all that standard stuff. Maybe even in my editing software, I'll have that little thing pop up from the bottom. There. Now I'm pro. Talk to you guys later. Oh, could I be any hotter underneath this oven tent? Could I sweat anymore? I wish that also that I could make it so that I didn't have this ultimate universe of OBS screens in the background. This mic is so old. My keyboard is old. My camera is $10. I'm outside, but I'm having fun. Anyway,